Hey guys, welcome back to part 13 of Hell Is Us. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons so that you always know when I'm coming out with a new guide. We're starting out in the Vase Hills near the APC. Drop down the ledge behind the APC and go back over toward the area where we took out the time loop that was here. We're heading down to the mine shaft. We did do a little bit of mine shaft stuff in the last video where we were here exploring the Vase Hills, but we're pretty much going to complete all of it this time. So head back into the main mine shaft from the bottom level of the hilly area. And if you pay attention in these mines, you're going to see little white mice painted on objects, sometimes on the walls, sometimes on mine carts. Keep those in mind. You're going to see me veer off and check these little crannies here and there just to make sure that there are no enemies left here. If you notice, on the right wall, we just passed a mouse. There's a mouse right here on this wooden area. Turn around from there and go to the left. There's a small opening here, and this is an area that we did not go to the first time. You'll know you're in the right place when you see these two linked enemies. These enemies are related to the very first time loop that we took out, and they were left behind. So if you didn't get these on your own before, go ahead and take them out now. With that finished, we can exit this mine shaft. That should be the last remaining level 1 enemies in here. I'm going to make my way back out the way that we came, and you're going to see me, you know, kind of flounder around a little bit and go back to areas we've already been to. But this is just me making sure that everything is, every enemy is taken care of. So once you work your way out of the tunnel, we're going to head over to these ruins. If you remember, we came up a ladder through here and opened up the door, and there was a chest that we could not open. We now have the twin-headed serpent, which is going to allow us to open this chest. So place it on there, and we get the token of the serpent. So if you remember, there was a metal door over here that had a serpent indentation on it. That's where we are headed, so just make your way up this little hill here. Be careful of the invisible wall. Back over to where the time loop was, and you can see that kind of circular tunnel. It sort of looks like a snake with scales. There's a whole bunch of these around here. We're going to go up to it and place the serpent token in the indentation. That's going to open up this door and give us access to a new path to a completely separate area of Vase Hills. When you come here, on the left you will see an enemy. Go ahead and take it out. This is a level 2 enemy, which lets you know that there will be another time loop associated with these enemies. Here we have another metal door with a moon on it, which of course we don't have. Over here you can read the note about the mice, and to the right of the door you get the mine key. We will definitely be using that here soon. Over to the right there's Fat Boy. You can go ahead and get rid of him if you like. And we're not going to go up there just yet. We're actually going to loop around the side of these ruins here. So from where you saw the message with the mouse on it, go around the right side, and we're gonna drop onto a path that we have already been down. However, we did not go down into the mine from this area. So go to the left, drop down, and find the ladder here. You should remember coming here before. Make your way down the ladder into this mine shaft. And you can see there's a mouse painted on the side of the mine cart next to a door. Use the mine key to unlock that door. I just ran over there to go check really quickly. This is pretty much the only way to go. Take out the enemy that's hanging out in here. And continue down the track. When you get to the end of it, you can see on the right there's a ladder with a mouse next to it, and there's a cave over here. I should have gone in there, but I didn't. I will come back later and take care of that. I don't know why I didn't do it. I should have. We're not going to go up the ladder with the mouse on it just yet. We need to go and unlock a couple more doors. So coming back, you want to go to the right and unlock this door with the mine key. Run through this cave. There should be an enemy at the end and a door that we can unlock from this side. Checking over on the left from where we exit, there isn't anything there. And over to the right, there isn't either. So you just want to go straight. You can unlock this door with the mine key as well. As you go straight ahead, you'll see a red glow. There will be enemies in here that need to be taken care of. And again, if you have any weapons that you want to upgrade, you know, maybe of a different limbic sphere or something, this is a good place to do it because the level 2 enemies are not very difficult at all. Over in this small alcove, you can pick up the Lymbic Rod G-V. Once you have that item, you're going to get a Cryptic Maxim, and we definitely need that for a mystery. So we've discovered 2 mysteries, one with the Lymbic Rod, one with the Cryptic Note. We'll go and take care of those later on. For now, you can exit back the way that you came. There's a ladder leading up as soon as you exit that area. And I think for right now, I'm not going to ascend that ladder. I don't think that that's the correct one to take. Instead, we're going to go straight into the next cave. This is where we came from to enter that area, just so that you're clear on that. Go to the left. Follow the railroad track. And you want to go here to this ladder on the right that has the white mouse painted next to it. This leads us up into the area that we initially came from. On the chest, you can pick up the token of the moon, and if you make your way around the top, you can see there's a limbic chest there. We don't have the rod we need for it yet. Open up that door. You can come around back to this metal door and insert the moon if you like. We're not going to enter that area just yet. turn around and come into this little cave where you can see up top there's a ranged hollow. We can't get to him yet, so just take out the fat boy and make your way inside of the cave. To the right, there's a small alcove that has nothing, so let's go to the left because the door going straight cannot be opened from this side. Follow the path along, and you'll see you have to drop down here. We cannot get across, but there is an item over there, so we'll have to find another way around. When you drop down, take out the fat boy that's on the left. That is a Timeloop Guardian, so he will not be returning once he's taken out. Then go to the right from where we exited, and you'll see there's a ladder climbing up onto the scaffolding. Climb that and drop down on the other side. There are some enemies hanging out here that you'll have to dispatch. These are just some easy little humanoid ones. Nothing major. Underneath the scaffolding, you can pick up a med kit if you need it. And there is an opening to the left that we want to take before we go straight. This is going to make a loop around. It forks to the left and the right, so take the left fork first and get rid of this linked enemy that is here waiting. This brings you back around to opposite of where we entered. You can grab the item and then head back. Go to the other part of the fork, follow the railroad track to make your way around, and before dropping off, turn to the right, walk on these wooden planks, and here we find cap number 6. Again, you want to go into your inventory and equip this cap so that we do not forget about it later on. It's just so much easier to put them on as you get them. Once you've done that, you can now drop down. We saw this enemy from afar earlier. Now we can go ahead and take him out. He's also a Timeloop Guardian. At the end, there is a door that you can unlock. And there's a ladder that goes up. Climb this ladder. And we're going to go forward. You can go to the left or the right. When you go to the right, you see there's a very small opening of a cave here. Go through that area and it leads you to a limbic capacitor, a limbic battery, and there's really nothing else here but rubble. So work your way back over to where we came in. This is the ladder we came up. Let's go to the left path from that ladder. Here you'll see this is the camp where we brought the medicine to the lady and we told the man that we had freed his dog. This pretty much just makes a loop. So let's head back into the caves, back the way we came from the ladder. And when you're on your way back, you'll see that there's a fork off to the left. Take that fork and there will be a few enemies hanging out here. These are Timeloop Guardians. They will not be returning once you take them out. You get several suppressors, and then you can unlock this door and see that this has brought us full circle through the mines. Now from here, we want to go back to where we put the moon crest into the door. We're going to enter that area now. I know it feels like you're leaving behind that ranged hollow, but you aren't, because there's no way to reach him from within those mines we were just in. We have to come through here to get to him. once you exit through this tunnel, if you go to the left, you'll see I'll go to the left later. I'm actually going to run all the way back. There's just a limbic capacitor over there. To the right, you'll run into a large group of humanoid hollow enemies. And as you work your way up the hill, off to the right, there will be an enemy that's going to try to ambush you. Just be on the lookout for him. When you get up to the top, you'll see that you're in a completely new area that has a time loop. Now you are going to see me turn around and go all the way back down that hill just to grab that limbic capacitor, even though I never use them. But at the time, I didn't take notes of any of the smaller items that are usable items and not necessary for any trophies or progression. So I knew there was something back there, I just couldn't remember what it was. And I also wanted to give you guys a visual as to where it is. But if you don't need that, you can bypass it. It doesn't affect anything. So once you come back up this hill, you'll see the time loop off to the left, and then there's some ruins with what looks to be a snake head to the right. Let's go to the right. You'll encounter a couple of hollow humanoids. Not too many, but we want to come over here and take them out because on this ledge we get the Lymbic Rod E-Z. We're going to need that to open up a chest here soon. Now, we cannot take out the time loop yet because we have not defeated every time loop guardian, which you should know because we have not gotten the very loud noise that you get when you defeat the final time loop guardian. But we do need to go over here to take out an enemy. There's a chest here that is locked and we do not have the correct key to open it, so we're going to have to come back later to open that once we find the key. Sitting on this circle in the middle is a time loop guardian. He's going to spit out 3 separate hazes at you, and he's also guarding the token of the palm. So turn around, go back to the snake head, and you'll see an indentation on the door. We can use that palm token to open up this door. Once that's opened, just descend the steps going down into this area. And you'll see sort of like an altar. Turn to the right and go into this small alcove here to grab the research item, the clay vase. Once you've got that, turn and go over to the altar where we can pick up the land grant. This opens up a new area that we can travel to with the APC called the Plains of Mist. Open up the door using the lever, and immediately to the right of the door you can grab some tuning stones and then work your way up through this stone tunnel, and this brings us to the ranged hollow that we saw earlier and we couldn't get to. Now you should notice once we take out that time loop guardian that we did not get the sound at the end that says all time loop guardians are taken out and we can now go collapse the time loop. So that means we're going to have to go and find the time loop guardian that we missed. Before we do anything else, let's go into these ruins here, use the correct limbic rod to open up the limbic chest, and we will get the Amine Prism Theta, and we solve the mystery of the Visa Hills Fort limbic chest. So from here, we're going to head back around from the exit of that fort. We're going to head around the left side, drop off the edge here, and go back down the ladder. Because if you remember earlier, I said I don't know why I didn't just go back there. Yeah, well now I have to. So let's go down the ladder. We're gonna go through the only opening that we can next to the white mouse. Turn left and go through this door here. You can see in this crack here that there are enemies back there. So we're gonna have to find the correct path to get over to those enemies. This obviously is not the correct way to go. So, there to the left is where we saw the enemies. Let's go back from the way that we came. Go to the left and follow these railroad tracks to the end. And when you get here, go to the left through the small cave. This is where we should have come earlier, and for some reason I didn't. You have two enemies here connected by a haze. Take these guys out. And once they're taken care of, we are now done with the Timeloop Guardians. This is the final one. You can grab the few items that are here at this camp. And otherwise, we can just make our way back over to the Timeloop. So from that area, we can go up this ladder here. When you exit that tunnel and go to the right, pretty much immediately to the left, there's a ladder with a mouse painted next to it. That brings us back to the fort. So exit the fort area, make your way around to the moon door. And that's going to bring us back to the time loop. I know it's a long way. You have to go through this tunnel and then up the hill to the right. But every enemy should be taken care of by now, so you shouldn't run into any problems at all. I did make a quick save on my way over to the time loop. Let's go here and send Cappy inside. And of course, being that there are tier 2 enemies in the area, that means we need the Emanate Prism Theta in order to collapse this time loop. Once you've done that, you'll see there's a glowing orb in the center. Grab the research item, the bronze figurine, before exiting the area. Again, I'm noticing this chest here, but we don't have the correct key, where I believe we find that in the Plains of Mist. So once you're done, you can come over to this save point here and warp to the APC. Now we're going to head back over to Gildas. And I know you're probably thinking, we only collapsed one time loop, what's the point? Well, we're actually not going to see him. We are going because we picked up a clue that's going to allow us to access the computer in the room that he's in. I know you probably forgot about it because it was so long ago that we actually found it. So make your way into the Watcher's Nest, and just past Gildas you can access this computer. Let's take out our data pad and go over to our inventory. We're going to have to look through our exploration items and find the cryptic maxim note. It's kind of like a poem, but the poem is going to give you the code to access the computer once you decipher it. So you have hours of the day, months of the year, seasons, and 4 corners of Hadia. So I guess it gives you the final one. But that's pretty much all you have to know. So there are 24 hours in a day, and there are 12 seasons in it. 12 months in a year, 4 seasons, and then 4 corners in Hadia. And that is how you solve that puzzle. 24, 12, 44. Then you can read the items that are on the directory, and that gives us the eternity mystery that is solved. If you like, you can speak to Gildas and collect any rewards.
Have I helped enough Hadians?
Get back out there.
And we don't have any good deeds to turn in, but we do have a time loop, so you can do that if you wish. It's not very much. Unfortunately for the mysteries, we don't always get something for it, except for, you know, information. If you value the information and you're really into the story, then I guess that is a reward enough, isn't it? Once you're done, let's go back over to the APC. We're going to get inside. And we have a new area that we can travel to now. So go over to your navigation computer, and you can see the Vase Hills is now clear. Thank goodness. That's one more we can add to the list. Oh, it makes me so happy to see all of these areas clear, because man, they're pretty tough to completely clear out. The Plains of Mist is a new area, and we're going to head there. And that is where we're going to pick up in part 14. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I can't wait to see everybody back here in the next one. So until then, Khajiit always has wares.